Don't panic! Don't panic!
Hi, we're the Three Bells, and you are listening to Ricky Hunter on We'll Meet Again.
Hi there folks, and welcome to We'll Meet Again with me, your host, Ricky Hunter, and what a show we have for you. We are looking at one of my favourite bands of all time, a band called the Airmen of Note. It's a jazz ensemble of the United States Air Force, created in 1950 to carry on the tradition of Major Glenn Miller's Army Air Corps dance band. The Note is a touring band that's attracted 18 professional jazz musicians from across the US, and we'll be looking at a lot of their music today. And a lot of it is stuff you'll recognise that was made famous by Captain Glenn Miller and many of the big band artists of the era. So we opened up with Jeep Jockey Jump. So this is a lovely little version of Pennies from Heaven, and it goes like this.
Hi, this is George Khalil, who played Sergeant James Mo Alley in Band of Brothers. You're listening to We'll Meet Again with Ricky Hunter.
folks. This is Kitty Lemaire, your own personal Yorkshire pudding, saying you're listening to We'll Meet Again Radio with Mr. Ricky Hunter.
Leapfrog there by the US Airmen of note. Now the band's had many great arrangers working for them, including the great Sammy Nestico. And if you're a big band player like myself, Sammy is well known in the big band world of writing some of the greatest arrangements around. And the band have toured all over the world and have even been to the UK a few times, and I can't wait to get them back over here. Hey, and maybe we can arrange a Zoom call with some of their players and have a chat with them about their time in the band. Now, last episode we had episode 1 of the Bletchley Girls, and in today's episode we have episode 2 in the second hour, so stick around for that. Dancers, it's time for you to hit that dance floor with a great little jive number. This is Let's Dance.
Hi, this is Rachel Mercer. You're listening to We'll Meet Again with Ricky Hunter.
that old black magic, and a brilliant arrangement it is too. This next song is one of my favourites, purely because, as a lot of you know, I am a brass player. I'm a trumpeter, true in my heart, and this next song shows off the greater section in the big band, the trumpet section. And this has been recorded by many big bands over the years, including my very own the Ricky Hunter Big Band, and of course Sid Lawrence has recorded it, Tommy Dorsey have recorded it, even Glenn Miller. But I love this arrangement of it. This is April in Paris.
One more time. Let's try it one more once.
listening to We'll Meet Again with Ricky Hunter. Never has so much been owed by so many to so few.
Lonely Street. You're listening to We'll Meet Again with me, your host, Ricky Hunter. We've come to the end of our first little spot, but please stick around because episode 2 of the Bletchley Girls is coming right up after this short little interval. And I thought I'd finish this first spot with a lovely little song called Swing into Spring. And it goes like this. Over to you, band. welcome back to We'll Meet Again with me, your host, Ricky Hunter. And we opened up with a great big band classic by the Airmen of Note with Opus 1. It's time for a great little number now, so grab your partners for a smoochy little number. This is Satin Doll. back in your own backyard. The US Airmen of note. You're listening to We'll Meet Again. Now, in our last episode, we debuted an amazing radio play called The Bletchley Girls. And if you've missed episode 1, you can go back and check it out on our social media, facebook.com/Ricky on the radio. So, sit back and relax, make a cup of tea, grab some popcorn for episode 2 of The Bletchley Girls.
Jenny Wren Productions presents Bletchley Girls by Lou Beckett.
I'm packing up my things.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Then we'd have to start all over again with another new person who doesn't check their work.
You don't want me to resign?
Of course not. Get back to work.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You look like you've seen a ghost.
It was mine.
Tilly spoke to you. I heard.
I imagine everyone in the hut heard.
Keep it in perspective. We all make mistakes.
Can't imagine you do.
Of course I do. And Dilly does. And Denniston does. Turing does. We're just a bunch of imperfect creatures scrambling to do the impossible.
I thought he was going to sack me.
Not a chance. He wanted to make a point. You're going to be all right. You can't let this defeat you.
Show me how Enigma works. I want to know.
That's the spirit.
Turing said the odds against breaking Enigma are 159 million.
Yes, near impossible. And they switch settings every night at midnight. We have 24 hours at most.
Right.
In simple terms, a signal goes through 3 rotors.
Rotors?
Let me draw it for you. Think of it as 3 wheels. The rotors with the alphabet imprinted on its edges.
So you could start on any one of 26 letters, and with 3 different rotors, so 26 times 26 times 26.
Exactly. 17,576. Then a signal is sent through the rotors and reflected back on a different path. Finally, the signal gets sent one more time through another plug board and voila, a letter lights up.
159 million.
As Dilly quotes Alice, sometimes I believe 6 impossible things before breakfast. This is where Turing's bomb comes in. It reduces the assumptions of the wheel order and the scrambler to something a touch more manageable, perhaps only a few million.
I can see why Denniston, and I guess a good many others, think it's unbreakable.
Including the Germans.
And you're saying, look for human error?
Dilly's approach, how best to explain it? He comes at it sideways. Where might mistakes be made? We broke one code by discovering many messages ended with Heil Hitler.
Intriguing. Mistakes essential to code breaking. That only makes me feel a teeny tiny bit better.
Oh, blast.
Oh, don't worry, I'll pick them up.
Oh, thanks, Mavis. I was supposed to leave an hour ago. I can't find my bloody specs. Have you seen them, Margaret?
They'll be here somewhere. Have you checked in your tobacco pouch? Dilly, they're on your head.
Ah, I knew they couldn't be far.
Just to let you know, my head count requests still haven't been approved.
He thinks a couple of new heads is enough. Turing's threatening to break rank and go higher. He's looking for signatures.
To MI6?
To Churchill.
Churchill? Isn't that risky? How will Denniston react to that?
I'm not sure what to do. He's always supported me.
It's a big step.
It's too big. I don't want to be part of it.
The papers are sorted. They're on your desk.
Ah, thank you, Mavis. Another long day. Well, I'll see you 2 girls in the morning. Night.
Good night.
Good night. You pulled the midnight shift again. You're probably used to it now.
It's sleeping the next day that's an issue. My billet has small children. Sweet, but noisy.
How are you getting on with the other girls?
Oh, they're a good lot. Very funny. Yesterday we had a solo dance competition. I did this. I came second. What do you think?
Very good, but I don't know about your backup man.
What was... Oh, Dilly, I didn't realise you'd come back and were dancing behind me. And Squawk, oh, poor Squawk knocks off your perch. Oh, please forgive me.
Of course he does. Squawk, you've always been our most tolerant of companions.
Oh, there, Squawk, back in place.
I just came back to get my coat. Good show, Mavis. Puts a bit of spark back in the air. And Margaret, I'm not going to forget that slight. I think I danced rather well.
Oh, reminds me of school. Jolly hockey sticks and all that.
Oh, not so much my school. There weren't high expectations for the girls.
You did well, though.
I feel lucky. Despite Denison wondering about my humble background.
He's a good chap. Just a bit old school.
It's good to have a laugh.
It's challenging. Midnight shifts, damp and drafty hut. Worry about our loved ones.
Speaking of loved ones, I'm almost afraid to ask. Have you heard anything about your cousin? Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, take my handkerchief.
No, I'm fine. Really, it's just... It's the first person I've known directly. Compared to so many others. Compared to you. But what about you? What do you hear from your family?
My mum keeps writing, asking me to return. Aunt Dorothy is up to her normal mischief.
You must tell your mother how well you're doing.
Or I could mention my bollocking.
Mavis, it was just a dressing down. Dilly's like that. He forgives and forgets.
Who'd have thought there'd be a unit of all-girl cryptographers? You have to give Dilly credit.
It helps we're at war. A common enemy.
And after the war?
It's hard to think of that. I just hope we make it through.
We're lucky we're not in London. They're getting the worst of it.
Be positive.
Surely there'll be a job for you, being a statistician and all.
Oh, be millions of men coming home. They'll all need a job.
Yes, I suppose.
Better collect my things. The bus will be leaving shortly. Dilly asked if you could carry on here. How's it going?
Have you seen the tiny Italian dictionary they gave me? With any luck, I'll be assigned German codes again, where I'll stand a chance.
Let me show you where the evening shift finished. We've gone through these variations. Sadly, no luck. So, if you pick up here...
3 months and nothing. Perhaps the Italians start their messages with something other than 2.
We've checked a range of Italian memos. It seems standard. To Admiral so-and-so, to General X...
Maybe we could take a different approach. Instead of thinking of it as an individual...
Dilly asked we check out all 2 possibilities before switching.
Got it.
Well, good night.
Good night. Squawk, what do you think? Would the Italians start their memos by saying 2? To Commandant. To whom it may concern? What if, Squawk, what if it wasn't a note to one person, but to a group of people? Then you might not say 2. Of course, I've just been told to try all 2 variations first. Squawk, shall I do what I've been told? Or go with my instinct? I see. Take a risk. You know, I'm not much of a risk taker, Squawk. You're sure? Good question. What's the worst that can happen? Another bollocking. Or, as Margaret would say, dressing down. I can live with that. Next question. How would you address it? Teen? No. Or personnel? No again. Let's check the real. I wonder if the Italians like the English. What would Denison say if he were sending this message?
Dear staff.
Let's give that a try. Staff works. So that gives me 5 letters. Let's try some other combinations. Another vowel.
Good morning, Mavis.
Dilly, I've done it. I wasn't having much luck with 2 sequences, so I thought I'd try a team name. Staff, and that worked. Once I got that, I tried another vowel and got no, and then I got Signor. Anyhow, look at this.
Good God, girl, this is beautiful work. I need to get this to the Admiralty. Now go and get some sleep. I hope you don't have any plans tonight. I'm taking you to dinner.
She's relatively new for a rise.
Not good enough. She needs a proper pay rise. She's cracked a code that none of your beloved Oxbridge boys could break. An extra 5 shillings a week won't do it.
The other girls get 35 shillings a week. An extra 5 shillings? She'd be very pleased with that.
Pay her what the men are paid. 57 and 6. She's a linguist and should be paid the linguist rate.
That would set a dangerous precedent. We don't have an unlimited budget.
If they do the same work, they should get paid the same.
But they don't support a family. Mavis spends her money going to dances, having a night out.
The men seem to be at these same dances.
I'm trying to build a modern workforce here, but there are limits. There's a natural order to maintain.
I won't take any disagreement on this.
She made a significant mistake. I still think there should have been an official reprimand in her file.
Typical hypocrisy. You wouldn't ask for an official reprimand if it was one of your chaps.
And Margaret promoted to senior cryptographer? Can't it wait till year end like everyone else?
She's one of the best cryptographers in the whole place. Ask Turing. Ask anyone. They'll all support me on this.
The timing is bad. We're already overrunning our budget.
We're taking advantage of the girls. It's not right.
Steady on, oh boy. I just don't understand the urgency.
There's never a good time for these things. She's breaking codes that others found impossible. She speaks French, German, and Russian.
Let me think about it. You know, we've talked before about your penchant to be surrounded by pretty girls.
Poppycock.
Dillies, fillies, they're called.
You keep banging on about this. I hire the best people I can. They happen to be women. Personnel vet every single candidate before I see them.
But you make the final choice. Beauty parade, is it?
That's outrageous. They're great lateral thinkers. Mavis beat everyone, including me, on breaking the Italian code.
All right. I'll see what I can do. But I'm not promising you anything. Let's move on. Where are you on Abwehr?
Nothing yet.
I don't need to remind you how grave the situation is. Germany looks invincible. We're losing, Dilly. We're counting on you.
You're right. You don't need to remind me.
We're running out of time. An invasion? Well, you can imagine the consequences.
We're working flat out.
One further point. I don't know how to ask this, Dilly. You're a bit of a sensitive soul.
Say what you have to say.
You've lost weight. You look strained. I don't want to ask, but are you having any health problems?
Mind your own bloody business. I've got some stomach problems.
Keith, thanks for coming.
Sorry, I'm late. My meeting ran over. The big brass from London got lost. Invading Germans might not find their way here, but neither can our own men.
We're deluged as well. With the new bomb shipment, the work is stacking up.
On with the task at hand. How can I help?
We received an odd message this afternoon. There were no L's.
No L's?
My guess is the coder was sending out a test message. He stopped for a fag, or simply couldn't be bothered, and just kept pressing the L key.
How do you look at a page of hundreds of characters and realise that there are no L's?
I don't know. You look for anomalies.
And a back door into the code.
Exactly. I should be able to work out the new wheel's wiring, but the problem is... Here, I'll show you. I'm able to get this far, but there's something odd in the setup that doesn't allow me to proceed. I've tried at least 8 different ways in. Here was my first attempt.
Yes, I see why that didn't work. And the next one.
Here I've been checking for vulnerable points where an analyst might make a mistake. And then on this next one...
Let's draw up a chart. Go through all the alternatives systematically. That'll help us narrow down.
Goodness, we've been at this for over an hour.
Yes. I'll need to go soon.
How did you end up at Bletchley Park?
Welchman recruited me from Cambridge.
Posh boy. Cambridge.
Well, you make your luck. I'm a scholarship boy.
You wanted to be a cryptographer?
Not really. I wanted to be... Well, I still want to be an RAF pilot.
And did you apply?
They wouldn't take me.
Even with your background?
It's not that they're worried that if I get shot down, well, I know too much. Under torture...
Oh, I see.
Well, I haven't given up yet. I'm being tested next week to be an air cargo pilot. They only fly over the channel, so if I'm shot down...
Your secrets go to the grave with you.
Yeah.
On that cheery note, I guess I'll just wish you good luck.
Thanks.
Very kind of you to help me.
You dropped your pencil.
So I did. Well, I'll just pick it up then.
Don't tell me you had nothing to do with this.
I didn't.
This sounds very much like you. Our reason for writing to you direct is that for months we have done everything that we possibly can through the normal channels, and that we despair of any early improvement without your intervention.
You know Turing enough to know he's his own man.
Did you or did you not know of the letter's existence?
We haven't hidden our concern about lack of resources.
But a letter to Churchill, to go over my head in such a blatant manner.
Wait a second. If you can quote from the letter, then surely you can see I didn't sign it.
The department wanted to ensure I took the necessary actions. I have the letter, minus the signatories.
Well, they did me a disservice then.
Let's start with your hut. It says here, 20 more Grade 3 women clerks are needed immediately. Anyone else would have asked for 20 more Grade 3 clerks without specifying women.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
And if that's not enough, in July we were promised that the Wrens would take over testing of code produced by the bombs. It is now late in October and nothing has been done.
Well, perhaps we should be discussing what could be done.
Churchill was pretty clear about that. He wrote, "Action this day," across the top, and make sure they have all they want on extreme priority and report to me that this has been done.
Are we finished?
Good morning. Did you get much sleep? You look like you fell off the cushions at some point.
Oh, I was so tired, it didn't matter. I feel a bit fresher.
You were talking in your sleep. Didn't sound good. We're going to have to keep you away from enemy lines.
I had a terrible dream. My brother, dead in the woods, propped against a tree.
Ooh.
Alone. No one noticing.
Awful.
I've had it a couple of times. I can't stop thinking about the lives at stake here.
I try to focus on what we're doing, but... yes, some days it's impossible.
Well, thank goodness for adrenaline. I still can't believe that message.
So unlikely, isn't it? Today's the day -3. To be so blatant.
Very odd.
You made terrific progress breaking that code in the night. Good for you.
Well, I had a bit of help.
Someone else on the night shift?
I couldn't figure out how to get through one of the sections, so I thought a mathematician might help. So I asked Hut 6 if anyone was available. Keith Beatty came by.
Oh, that worked out well.
Maybe. Not great news on that front. He's testing to be a pilot, air cargo, so he may soon be gone.
You never know. Stay positive. Anyhow, I've continued where you left off. You can see these operators' messages are increasing in frequency and length. This one has coordinates, scheduling.
Yes, I see. And these... might be about timing.
This section seems like it's a list. If we're very lucky, it might show detailed plans.
Yes, good. I'll start on this batch.
I've just picked these up from the courier at the gate. Margaret, can you take a look? Any progress since I left?
Not since Mavis's breakthrough. We've just been working through the 6 a.m. batch of ciphers. Dilly, Mavis, come and look at this. It's from the same coder who was transmitting logistical info. It's a very long message.
Goodness, this looks like an Italian battle plan. There are fleet details, location information.
Yes, I'm beginning to see. This is hard to believe. They even list number of cruisers, submarines.
We have to hurry.
Margaret, they'll have to listen to you this time. Make sure this gets to the Admiralty. Stay in touch until you're sure they've registered the scale of this.
This is the BBC Home Service. We are receiving reports that last night the British Navy achieved a major success against the Italian fleet at Cape Matapan. A number of Italian heavy cruisers were destroyed during the battle, dealing a heavy blow to the Italian forces in the Mediterranean. The Italians are estimated to have lost over 2,000 men. There is one loss reported amongst the Allies. More information will be provided as it becomes available.
Ministry of Defence. May I speak to the person in charge of the press announcement for the Battle of Matapan? It's Dilly Knox. Knox. K-N-O-X. Yes. It's imperative I speak to the person releasing the information on the battle. Well, then, let me speak to whoever is in charge of the unit. Duty captain. Yes, that will do. Hello? Yes, this is Dilwyn Knox, head of research and cryptography, Bletchley Park. Yes, precisely. That's why I'm calling. It's imperative, and I can't stress this enough, absolutely imperative that no credit be given to Bletchley Park for the Battle of Matapan. But no, can't you see? If the Germans realise we broke their code, they'll stop using it. No, you imbecile, this is your job. I don't know. Give air reconnaissance the credit. Say battleships were spotted heading in the direction of the British position. Cheers. Cheers. Well done. Now, look, let me top up your glass, Margaret. What a moment.
Oh, wonderful work, team. Dilly, you have outdone yourself this time. Admiral Cunningham is effusive in his praise.
No, my girls here get all the credit. Mavis spotted the lack of L's. Margaret and Mavis worked through 2 days and nights to break the cipher.
Well, I'm sure there's enough credit to go around for everyone. Let me read the Admiral's message. Tell Dilly we have won a great victory in the Mediterranean, and it's all due to him and his girls.
Mavis, Margaret, I can't begin to tell you how proud I am of what you've accomplished here. Dennison, any updates? We've only heard fragments on the wireless, but none of the details.
The Italians were caught completely by surprise. We sank a battleship, 6 heavy and 2 light cruisers, plus destroyers. 2,300 Italian sailors went down.
Well, this is hard to absorb. We are responsible for thousands of men.
And perhaps bad news for Operation Sea Lion. This ought to slow down the Germans. Not much help from the Italian Navy now.
It's fair to say MI6 is very pleased.
And perhaps next time naval intelligence will trust us.
One final thing. Admiral Cunningham plans to come personally to congratulate the team.
Oh, jolly good. That'll provide a boost to everyone's spirits.
Well, girls, the two of you are gaining quite a reputation here.
Oh, it's nothing, sir.
No. Top-notch effort. So, Mavis, well, what's your secret of success?
Oh, the same as every analyst. We tried to get into the mind of the person who's coding.
A teenage girl breaks into seasoned military man's mind. How does that work?
I had a bit of a rough and tumble brother. Let's just say I know quite a few
Four-letter words. It's one of many ways in.
I can see where that would come in handy.
I've come across 2 different coders with girlfriends named Rosa. I always wondered if it was the same Rosa.
Thank you both again. Dilly, if we could have a word in private, please.
We were just on our way out.
Bad news on a couple of fronts. Mavis's aunt has written demanding Mavis come home. Her mother's been suffering with nerves. The doctor's note says depression.
Margaret's mentioned it to me. Mavis won't even discuss it. What do you think?
Well, the poor woman lost both her husband and her son in a short time frame.
Mavis had an anxious start, but you've seen what she's accomplished. We can't lose her now.
I didn't want to speak to her till Cunningham goes. She's going to take it hard.
She can't go.
We must do the right thing.
Surely that's to win the war.
There's a human element here.
There's a human element in hundreds of thousands of lives.
I'll speak to her, see what she has to say.
You said news on a couple of fronts.
Today's briefing notes. Further big losses in the Atlantic. Rommel has taken back Libya. German troops are lining up to invade Greece and Yugoslavia.
And London taking a nightly pounding.
Stiff upper lip time.
Any news on Sea Lion?
The threat is changing. Intercepts indicate Hitler is about to turn full force on Russia.
So, at least a temporary reprieve. How confident are you of the intelligence?
2 intercepts suggest a change of plans.
Russia? Winter's not far away. How many fronts can the Germans fight on?
North Africa, East Europe, Greece, and now Russia.
And the implications for us?
The steady drumbeat from MI6 is we must know what Hitler knows.
Yes, we've been over this before.
We can't invade if we can't break Enigma. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Are you all right? Here, let me get you a chair.
No, don't mess me about.
This is more than a stomach problem. You can't simply refuse to discuss this. Dilly? Out with it.
It's cancer.
Cancer? Oh, Dilly. Why haven't you told me? Let me get one of the medics.
I don't need a medic. Just give me a minute.
Dilly, I insist. We must discuss this.
Bugger off.
Bletchley Girls was written by Lou Beckett, produced by Jenny Wren Productions, and directed by Jenny Winks. Mavis Lever was played by Moya Matthews, Dilly Knox by John Martin Stevens, Alistair Denniston by Philip Douch, Margaret Brock by Rosie Mason, and Keith Beatty by Kieran Capaldi. Sound by Paul Hamlin and Saoirse Christopherson, with thanks to Boom Sound Studios. Music composed by Jim Barn, technical support by Kieran Capaldi, production support by Helen Jeffrey. With thanks to 30 Percy and the Gloucestershire Funders COVID-19 response, Tony Comer and GCHQ, Bletchley Park, Rob Wicks, Aidan Mosby, Jane Douch, and Kieran Mortell.
Williamsville, played there by the US Airmen of Note. Hey dancers, it's time for you to get on that dance floor. It's time for a Charleston stroll. So, let's see you on that dance floor because I'll be right there with you. It's time for that great Benny Goodman classic, played by the US Airmen of Note. Sing, sing, sing! US Airmen of Note there playing Sing, Sing, Sing. And I have to be said, I was doing the Charleston stroll all the way around the studio whilst that was on. Really have missed the season this season. And once COVID is beat, we'll all be back doing the Charleston stroll at all the events. You're listening to We'll Meet Again with me, your host, Ricky Hunter. Now, it's time for us to wind on down here at Big Band HQ, and thank you so much for joining me today. Remember to check us out on social media. You can find us on Facebook under Ricky on the Radio, and also on YouTube by searching We'll Meet Again. You've been listening to We'll Meet Again with me, your host, Ricky Hunter. 82 in your program, but number 1 in your heart. And until we meet again, keep calm, carry on, and be safe. Remember to keep your 2 meters distance, wash your hands, and give yourself plenty of space. Keep yourself safe, folks, because the sooner we do, the sooner we can all get back doing what we love. We're going to finish as we do every single week with Dame Vera Lynn and Catherine Jenkins with the NHS charity duet of We'll Meet Again. Ciao for now.
Let's say goodbye with a smile, dear, just for a while, dear, we must part. Don't let this parting upset you, I'll not forget you, sweetheart.
We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies chase those dark clouds far away. And I will just say hello to the folks that you know, tell them you won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as I saw you go, you were singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies chase those dark clouds far away.
And I will just say hello to the folks that you know, tell them you won't be long.